All right, what's up, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of Sports Talk with Hawk. Here we go. It is July 3rd. I have, let's see, a lot of fireworks to light off tomorrow night. But before we get to that, let's dive into what the experts, because Vegas is the experts, they've got all the numbers. We're going to look at the odds for the division, conference, Super Bowl. We're just going to have some fun. Not my official predictions in any way. Excuse me. But we're just going to have some fun. Look at what Vegas thinks the NFL season will shape up as. Now the draft is done. Most of, all of free agency is done. Teams still have some holes. But we're just going to have some fun, do a quick little podcast here, and then I got a special one tomorrow night. Here we go. All right, guys, here we go. So let's take a look at the future. Now, what I actually have planned for tomorrow night. So, my dad actually bought a drone, and yes, I will be lighting off roughly $3,000 worth of fireworks. No, I did not pay $3,000 for these fireworks. Okay, let me be very, very clear about that. I had lots of coupons. I'm a gold member at Phantom Fireworks. And FYI, that's how you light fireworks on a decent budget, of which I have. So we have the drones. So my hope is after tomorrow night, the firework show, which is obviously only my own here at home, but he'll be flying the drone during the main firework portion. So I am hoping to upload that to the podcast, and I'm excited for that. Hopefully that all works out the way that I want it to. But let's take a look at the NFL futures, because the odds had switched. I've done this before, and I'll probably only mention it when it comes to my official predictions here in a little over a month, because my official predictions will be in August. So let's take a look at what the futures bets are right now. Now, all these odds are not FanDuel. This is actually ESPN Bet. All these odds are on ESPN. And if you guys see me continually looking at my phone, that is because I have got a couple bets right now that I'm watching. Some that I am really, really hoping to be able to win. I got a huge WNBA bet tonight, actually. And so far, I have a 4-leg parlay. I'm 1 for 1, and the other 3 are looking good. So if you see me looking at my phone, that's why. But let's dive into it. So we're going to do division. Okay, so we're going to do division first. So starting in the AFC South, this is Vegas. Okay, this is Vegas. This is not me. But I will tell you where I disagree. Let's run through these real fast. The Houston Texans are plus 100 to win the division. The Indianapolis Colts are plus 350, the Jaguars plus 300, and the Titans plus 750. Now, in my initial thought, I have zero doubt that the Texans are going to win this division. The only thing that will stop them is an offensive line that really just doesn't work. And I was talking with one of my buddies this morning. The Saints, the Dolphins, potentially the Browns, are probably going to be giving up heavier contracts at the end of this year for cap space in 2026. So you could trade a fourth or fifth round pick to the Browns, the Saints, the Dolphins, to get one of their linemen to be able to help fill in. Now, because of that, that's why I believe the Texans are still in a really, really, really good spot. The Colts, I think, actually are a dark horse, like I said, with Daniel Jones. I really believe with Daniel Jones, this team actually looks like a playoff team offensively and defensively. I think it's got the pieces together. They could even win 10 games. Yes, I said it. They could win 10 games with Daniel Jones. The accuracy will be there. The ability to hit Josh Downs in, the flat, the simple routes to be able to give him the ability to run, running the ball with Taylor, I think getting back to a bread and butter system works for the Colts. The one I question is the Jaguars. I don't know what Vegas is looking at with the Jaguars unless they're just trying to stop a lot of bets coming in on Jacksonville. Because plus 300 makes you think Vegas believes they are the second best team as far as the odds are concerned. I don't know how you think that unless you really believe in Liam Cohen that much, or you really think that Doug Peterson was as bad as what I've said, which is possible, which would be smart of them to believe. So for the AFC South, Texans 1, Jags 2, Colts 3, and Titans are 4. I still believe the Titans, by Thanksgiving, you're not going to want to play them. They may only win 6 games, but they will be the toughest games you play because that offensive line will finally gel, Cam Ward will figure it out, and no team, especially no division team is going to want to play them after Thanksgiving. It will be tough. All right, the AFC North is very simply this. The Ravens are minus 145, which means they are the overwhelming favorites. Cincinnati is second at plus 225. The Steelers are plus 550, and the Browns are plus 3,000. We don't expect the Browns to do much, and that is all well and good. Let's just be honest. That is all well and good. That's fine. We don't have to expect the Browns to do much. The Ravens are overwhelmingly favorites. The Texans were plus 100. The Ravens are minus 145. They are overwhelmingly the favorites to win this division. I don't think the Steelers even sniff it. The Bengals, honestly, to me, it depends on their defense. If they have no defense, you can't tell me they're going to win a division like this. No defense, no division title. I don't see that being possible. Now, you go to the AFC West. This one is interesting. The Chiefs are minus 120 to win the AFC West. The Chargers are plus 300 and the Broncos are plus 325. You guys know my feelings on this. The bet is in FanDuel. I have the Chargers winning the West. The Broncos easily could be above the Chiefs. And I know everybody's like, it's the Chiefs. Everybody's just waiting for them to crumble. Everybody does. So anybody, and this is what happens. Because people pile on eventually because they get tired of, the consistent success. The Patriots eventually got walloped. You eventually don't have that year. You're getting older. You're not getting younger. Your regular season last year was one of the luckiest regular seasons ever for the games that you played. You didn't deserve to win a lot of the games you ended up winning. You were outplayed in a lot of them. This year, you get outplayed by the Broncos and Chargers, you're going to lose to them. You get outplayed by the Raiders, you're going to lose to them. Their coaches are better. The rosters are better. You can't suck like you did in the regular season if you're the Chiefs. Let's just be honest here. They sucked in the regular season, yet had all the wins because of Lady Luck. It takes getting lucky sometimes, okay? It does. It's a part of the game. I don't think Lady Luck's going to smile like that again. I believe the Chargers win the division. Broncos could easily supplant them as second because they're just younger. The regular season is about youth. The postseason is about experience. And the Chiefs have continually shown in the regular season They're not as buttoned up. They're great in the postseason, zero doubt. But the regular season is where you get your seeding. And last year they lucked into a lot of wins. Backdoor wins where they didn't deserve it. And you need some of those to win championships. All right, the AFC East, the Buffalo Bills are minus 275. Huge favorites. And they're huge favorites to win 14 games this year. And then the Patriots are second. This is a credit to Mike Vrabel. Mike Vrabel has this team now sitting second in prediction for the division win at plus 500. The Dolphins are plus 700 and the Jets are plus 1400. I actually think the Jets will be third and the Dolphins will be fourth. I will do my official predictions obviously next month, but the more and more that stuff is happening, the more and more the Dolphins are doing. I don't know why Darren Waller would move the needle at all coming out of retirement. Jonnu Smith was outstanding last year, and all they did was got Minkah Fitzpatrick and a 5th-round pick. For Jalen Ramsey, Jonnu Smith, you get Minkah and a 5th. The Dolphins are in trouble. They're going to be in trouble early, and I think they could be 2-7 by week 9. There's no doubt in my mind. All right, you move to the NFC, and these divisions are obviously really close. Oh my goodness, one of these games is outrageously close. Holy cow. Good gosh. All right, watching that one really closely. Hoping that one gets a W because there's one game that's really, really close right now. If that one gets a dub, then the rest of them look pretty well off. All right, so the NFC North, the Lions are plus 135, the Packers are plus 260, the Vikings are plus 360, and the Bears are plus 450. This is the closest division in football. They have respect for Ben Johnson with what he's done with the Bears. They are not discounting what Kevin O'Connell did with the Vikings. The Packers are always consistent. They have a lot of consistency and history backing them. And the Lions are the reigning champions. But this division, you can tell, is wide open in most people's minds. One injury can change this division. And honestly, for the Lions, I'll say it. It's an Amon-Ra St. Brown injury. And why I say Amon-Ra St. Brown is he is the one that gives Jameson Williams the ability to go deep. Without Amon-Ra St. Brown, the Lions offense will really struggle. Really struggle. I believe if you don't have Amon-Ra. Everybody's, I know everybody's going to be like, well, yeah, but Jared Goff. Listen, I love Goff as a quarterback as far as what he's done. The reality is, anybody can hand the ball off to Gibbs and Montgomery. Anybody can stay afloat in that offense. If you pack the line, let Jameson Williams run a streak down the side, he's going to beat most every corner. And they already beat 8 guys in the box consistently. So, I honestly actually think a backup quarterback could stay afloat in Detroit. The Green Bay Packers, really simple. I think it's Josh Jacobs. Josh Jacobs is the key. If he goes down, that team will struggle. The Minnesota Vikings are dependent on J.J. McCarthy. And the Bears, they're kind of just still trying to put everything together. Ben Johnson's first year, if he goes 8-9 in his first year, I will count it as a success. It's Chicago. They haven't done anything useful for a while. So I will count it as a success if they go 8-9, if they're competitive, and by the end of the year, relatively consistent in how they play. But the NFC North is really, really close. The NFC East, this one's interesting. The Eagles are minus 145, so definitely favorites. The Commanders are plus 225, not that far behind. The Dallas Cowboys are plus 600 and the Giants are plus 3,000. Now you guys know my views. I think the Cowboys could absolutely be awful. A Dak Prescott injury, Now, maybe, because I like Joe Milton. Maybe. I absolutely think if Dak Prescott's injury is already going to hamper him, if CeeDee Lamb actually completely goes down, I think this team is done. I do. I think this team is done. Gosh, darn, that's a lot closer than I wanted. All right. So the Commanders are at plus 225. So you got plus odds, but Vegas definitely respects the Commanders. And Sirianni losing his offensive coordinator, you can tell affects this. You can absolutely tell affects how this played out. 100%. Now, the second closest division is the NFC West. And I don't know how. I really don't. Oh my goodness, it's a 1-point game. My plus or minus is going to be made by 1 point. Good grief. Go figure. Let's see. 33 seconds left. All right. The 49ers are plus 150 to win this division. How? They had a horrible draft. They lost a ton of pieces on defense. I don't get this one. This is my safest bet. I am legitimately. I don't care what the schedule is. Ayuk is injured. McCaffrey has not been healthy. Trent Williams has not been consistently healthy. Brock Purdy is your quarterback. You lost a bunch of pieces. You had a bad draft. My safest bet is San Francisco is not winning the division. Like, that's the one. Not to win the division, I would put a ton of money on. Because they don't have it. They don't have it. 1 or 2 injuries to this team, and you're looking at another 7-win season. This is that simple. But they're plus 150 to win the division. The Rams are plus 175. Cardinals plus 450, and the Seahawks plus 550. So they are discounting Sam Darnold. That is very clear. They are discounting Sam Darnold. And I think this division could really go Rams, Cardinals, Seahawks, Niners. It could go Rams, Seahawks, Cardinals, Niners. It could go Rams, Niners, Cardinals. Like, there is a bunch of different ways this division can go. I have not landed on my official predictions outside of I believe the Rams win the division. I believe the Rams absolutely win the division. The defense has a huge year, and that's my feelings on it, 100%. Now, you go to the NFC South, the last division. Tampa Bay Buccaneers are plus 100. Falcons are plus 225. Panthers are plus 400. And the Saints are plus 1,100. So, I love this division. I think the Panthers could easily continue to make steps forward. I love what Dave Canales has done. I still have questions about... easily still have questions about Bryce Young. No doubt. And it looks like I'm going to lose the bet. The Storm are probably going to knock off the Atlanta Dream. Maybe. Still got 3 seconds left in the game. We'll see what happens. Got my other 2 bets right, though. But I just... Bryce Young... The weather is warm enough in Carolina. They play a bad enough schedule. They could easily get 7 or 8 wins. Now, the Falcons, I think the Falcons have to win the division. Raheem Morris' job, to me, relies on them winning the division. To me, that's what it does. It absolutely relies on them winning the division. They have to. The Buccaneers are on their 3rd coordinator. It's going to take a little bit of time for that offense to gel. Bucky Irving's amazing. Baker Mayfield's been consistent. Like, you've got, all these things. But I really, really believe the Falcons have to win the division or it'll be a letdown. Now, the Saints, they're in a down year. I think they sell at the trade deadline. get all the cap for 26, get some of these expensive contracts off the books early, get something for them. Get 5th round picks, get 6th round picks to be able to rebuild, and I think that'll be a really smart thing to do. All right, conference champions. I'm only going to give you, we have 7 playoff teams, so I'm only going to give you 7. Okay? I will only give you 7 for each side. So the top 7 odds to win the conference in the AFC. Buffalo Bills at plus 325. Ravens plus 325. Chiefs plus 350. Bengals plus 850. Chargers plus 1100. Texans plus 1200. And the Broncos plus 1500. Those are the top 7 that they believe will represent the AFC in the Super Bowl. Those 7. Now, what really shocks me out of this is how low the Chargers are and how high the Bengals are. That's the respect for Joe Burrow. Joe Burrow is why the Bengals have plus 850 odds to go to the Super Bowl. Let's be very clear. Joe Burrow is why they have those odds to go to the Super Bowl. Okay? And I can't argue with it. I really can't. I can't argue with it. You have a quarterback like that, you're always in it. I mean, the Bengals are not nearly as badly, they're a lot worse run than the Colts were. But the Bengals and the Colts really have a lot of similarities. They got weapons. You really question the defense, but it's not because they haven't made good draft picks. It's just, the Bengals haven't done a lot with keeping their people on defense, actually drafting decently on defense. But because of Peyton Manning, the Colts always had decent odds to win the Super Bowl. Because of Joe Burrow, they're 4th in the AFC in odds to make it to the Super Bowl. Joe Burrow is an outstanding quarterback. I hope he can stay healthy. And it would be a lot better if they could just get out the gate and start playing football early. That's 100%. All right. The best odds to represent the NFC in the Super Bowl. Philadelphia Eagles are plus 300. Lions are plus 400. 49ers are plus 650. The Commanders are plus 850. Packers plus 1,000. Rams plus 1,000. And the Vikings plus 1,100. You guys know, my original thought is already, I don't see the 49ers being even close. I just don't. I do not see that team competing in a playoff environment with anybody consistently. It's going to take a Brandon Ayuk, no issues whatsoever year, a Trent Williams fully healthy year, a Christian McCaffrey fully healthy year, a Bosa fully healthy year, and a Purdy year where he's playing at an MVP level. That's what it's going to take for the 49ers to actually win in the playoffs. Because they're not. The talent isn't there on the team right now. They got a lot of holes. They're not as buttoned up. Hufanga, Greenlaw, I know there's injuries. Do not get me wrong. But you also lost Ward on the corner. You don't look good. You don't look good as a team. So I don't know what it is. I don't know why the 49ers have so much when it comes to Vegas. But whatever. All right, guys. I don't know if it'll be tomorrow night. Probably won't be tomorrow night because the video will have to be uploaded off of the drone onto the hard drive for me to be able to post it to YouTube. So probably Saturday will be the post. I will have the the 2025 firework show that I put on at my house. Yes, it's my house. It's not the park or anything, but it will be from the drone view. So I am really excited for that. I got a couple friends that I got to send it to as well. Guys, have an absolutely fantastic 4th of July. Have an absolutely fantastic 4th of July. Enjoy friends and family. I got a bunch of people come over to the house. We got brats and dogs sitting on the grill, watermelon. It's going to be an absolutely freaking fantastic evening. Have a great day. Happy 4th of July from me to you. And football starts this month, guys. And we're 2 weeks away from most teams getting people in the building, start reporting for training camp. So it's coming. Football's coming back. Guys, happy 4th of July. Have a great night. Make sure to like, subscribe, ring the notification bell. As always, I deeply appreciate all the support from you guys. Thank you so much for watching. And until next time, for Sports Talk with Hawk, I am Hawk, and I'm out. Have an absolutely fantastic evening.